Hey guys, Richard Gaming Maniac here with some more gaming news. So this gaming news comes from IGN, and I don't normally make videos and talk about like rumored console releases and things like that because honestly, I see so many of those videos and I kind of just get, burned out on them. And there's so many videos that come out every year, multiple times a year, talking about, hey, there's a new rumored Switch, or there's a new rumored PlayStation, or we got the Switch Pro or the PlayStation Pro or something. And I honestly get kind of tired of hearing about it, but this one seems to be a little more believable, I guess. So the IGN article here says the Switch 2 is predicted to arrive in 2024 with a price tag of $400. So this comes from, I guess, an industry insider, somebody that's been kind of good with their predictions in the past. So this is a note from Dr. I'm probably gonna mess his name up, but it's Dr. Serkin Toto. He's a Kantan Games analysis, noted for being a Nintendo expert. He says, the time is finally here for a Switch successor. Even though I can say a Pro model actually did exist and certain developers were already working with the dev kit, Toto wrote, I believe the next hardware will drop next year for $400. He's meaning in 2024. There's a high chance that the games will cost more too, $70. The next system is also likely an iteration rather than a revolution. Nintendo might add some bells and whistles to the device, but it will be similar to the current Switch, and because there's Pokemon and Pokemon is associated with handheld gaming, there's no way on earth Nintendo will drop the portability feature, their next big thing. So Dr. Toto is basically saying he predicts that Nintendo is going to have a new console, basically like the Switch 2, released in 2024 for $400. This will also be an increase. I believe the Switch OLED is currently like $350. So this will be a slight price increase for the Switch consoles. And also the games will go up from, $60 to $70. And it sounds like he's predicting that the Switch will not be like this brand new, revamped, powerful system, that it's going to be basically very similar to what we have now, and maybe only have minor upgrades, maybe some quality of life stuff. We'll have to really see. Like I said, it's all rumors and predictions right now. But honestly, the landscape has changed. If you look at when the Switch first released, it's been, almost 7 years now that the Switch released. The landscape has changed. Gaming has changed. There's been a huge influx of portable gaming handhelds now that are very powerful. Gaming PCs mostly. You've got obviously the Steam Deck. You've got the ROG Ally, the Lenovo Legion Go. You've got a bunch of other companies that are also making gaming handhelds, GPD Win, and several others, INEOs. And those were not really prevalent or that around when the Switch came out. And I mean, some of them were around, but they weren't prevalent. I think the Steam Deck really pushed the competition to the next level and forced these other companies to see that there is value in this market, and two, now that there's a competition, now they're coming up with their own handhelds. And the Steam Deck really did it right because it brought out the handheld in a more affordable way. You're talking $399 for the base model, if I'm not mistaken, of the Steam Deck. So if the Nintendo Switch is going to do really well, which I think it's going to sell well regardless, people love Nintendo. But really, looking back at the Switch now, the Switch struggles so much playing a lot of these modern games, and it can't run most of them. You look at like the Arkham trilogy that came out on the Switch, and yeah, it runs, but man, it's not pretty. It's impressive what they were able to get to run on such an old chip, but you've got the same game running on the Steam Deck and all these other consoles. So the Switch is going to need a power boost in its processing and gaming abilities if it's going to compete, in my opinion. And I think it is smart if they're going to keep the portability aspect. The whole portability aspect part of the Switch is kind of what's popular now with other handhelds. The Steam Deck, Lenovo Legion Go, the ROG Ally. There's just been a huge boom in popularity with the, portable gaming, PC gaming, things like that. So I think it's good that they're keeping the, portability factor of the Switch, and they're not just releasing a typical standard console like just a home only console. So they are, I think, going to have to increase the graphical capabilities of the Switch, and they really need to revamp some of the operating system on the Switch as well. I mean, like, to this day, I still don't think you can message your friends on the Switch, which is crazy. And it took like how many years for the Switch to get Bluetooth? They really need to revamp it to where it is able to keep up with even a Steam Deck. Like, make sure that it's at least as strong as a Steam Deck, because right now you can play almost every modern game on a Steam Deck, and it'll run a lot of those games great, and other games it'll run 30 frames, and you'll have to lower the resolution some, but at least let it be as powerful as a Steam Deck. But really, in all reality, it needs to be more powerful. Now, I know he mentioned in his predictions that it's going to be a slight iteration, which makes me think that Nintendo is going to do something like where they just barely bump up the graphics, and they keep it kind of like they did with the DS, and they came out with the DS. I think it was called the DS Lite or the DS Plus. I don't remember, but it was like a very slightly upgraded DS where it had like maybe more RAM or faster RAM or something like that. So hopefully they do more than that, because the Switch honestly was already underpowered when it released years ago, 7 years ago, I think. So they really need to come out, give the Switch a little extra boost in the performance section, and, because like I said, the market has changed. People are going to be comparing the Switch to all these other handhelds now that they can go buy, like the ones I mentioned earlier, Lenovo Legion Go, Steam Deck. They're going to compare it to those now, whether Nintendo wants them to or not. So that's the reality. Hopefully the new Switch is impressive in that department. It's kind of disappointing to get games that are super blurry and you just want to play them, and then I end up just getting them on my Steam Deck instead. So I hope Nintendo gives it a power boost. That'll help them retain more of the third-party support and basically give the console more of a lifespan. Can last longer if it can play games better and all that. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. What do you think? You think this is the year that we get a Switch 2? You think Nintendo's going to actually give it enough power to make it last longer and be able to get more third-party support and play all the games everybody else is playing? Let me know what you think in the comment section below, and we will see you later.